Now to discuss this is political analyst Wale Oshunde. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, are you satisfied with the nomination so far?
Well, I do not think it should be about whether I'm satisfied, because I think that the president is the ultimate man that should actually call the shots. So if he feels that, yes, these are the people that can help him achieve the goals, the dreams, the aspirations of this, administration, then I think I'll just want to watch and see. Because at the end of the day, the ball stops, on the table, and then we want to ensure that we hold him to account. And then he has said that he would love to nominate or appoint people that he knows very closely. And so I think we should just wait and see how that unfolds. But personally, I'm not really happy with the way things have turned out, because I was waiting to see new faces, the very young people, women, and all that. But I mean, same old faces that we all know, who have been around for many years in the political arena. I really do not see any serious change.
Well, that brings me to my next question about youth participation. The president signed the Not Too Young to Run bill into law, and we saw youth come out to contest various positions. Quite all right, we had a lot of youth come out, but in this ministerial list there was no single youth there. That's a big concern, don't you think? Of course,
and that's unfortunate, because here's the president who we thought that, yes, he was actually going to be very, very concerned about the plight of the youth, and then ensure that, yes, ultimately, after signing the Not Too Young to Run bill, into law, would be interested in appointing a number of them to actually take up positions and then shape up, or should I say, help him shape up the polity and then the country as it is. But I'm not really impressed at all, because I've not seen any youth at all, like you rightly said. And I think that the president must actually look into this and then do something really quick. I know that he still has many more appointments to go. Unfortunately, well, maybe not ministerial appointments now, but he has quite a number of other appointments that he needs to look into. I think the youths and the women should be given adequate attention and, considered as a matter of urgency in the scheme of things in this country.
Festus Keyamo is one of the youngest, I will say, the youngest ministerial nominee there. Is about 49 years old. A lot of people have said the youths are not ready for active politics, that you don't just go cap in hand. You have to bring support, bring up something that you can put on the table. Are youths ready for such a huge position as becoming ministers?
Of course they are. I mean, if you look everywhere around you, you find energetic youths who are actually doing all they can, in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of job skills, in terms of other wonderful things that can actually birth growth and development.
But is that enough to warrant a youth becoming a minister?
Of course, give us the chance and you see how wonderfully well we can perform. I mean, but if you do not give them the opportunity, if old politicians are still in the habit of, finding their ways around things and then mounting massive pressure on the president and other political appointees or office holders, then of course the youth would not be given that opportunity to showcase what they've got. Unfortunately, because we have to also find a blend of the old mix. You see, one wonderful young man that was elected into the Senate did not represent the youthful category very well. So, but I mean, notwithstanding all of that, I think that the youth should be given a chance. We should be accorded that preferential treatment of ensuring that we participate actively in the development of our nation. And I'm telling you that the youth of this country are not only vibrant, they are not only energetic, they are ready, they are interested, and they want to ensure that growth, development, good governance, come to the table of Nigerians in this country.
Okay, so in the absence of any youths, what will be the agenda for you? What agenda will you set for this in the cabinet members, ministerial nominees, once the president gives them a position, a portfolio?
Fantastic, and I think it's all about collective will to do more and to ensure that Nigeria, is up there in the Committee of Nations. You see, the truth is that we have no business being where we are at the moment. True. Nigeria has a lot of potentials. We have resources to take us to the best level in this world. And as such, I do not even expect that we'll be where we are at this time or at this moment. I mean, look at Rwanda, look at other neighboring nations. They've been able to become giants in their own sphere. And I think that we should do more. Our leaders should do more in this regard and ensure that, yes, Nigeria becomes the best in this world, because we have the potential, we have all it takes, human resources, natural resources, capital, everything that we need to become great and the best in this planet, in this world. And as such, The only problem that we have is that of leadership. And so our leaders must be, I mean, they travel everywhere.
Yeah.
And they see what unfolds in other climes. I think the time is now for all of us to hold them to account and collectively demand accountability, good governance, and justice. And I think the people of this nation should be the better for it.
Thank you very much, Wale Oshunde. I mean, we're the giant of Africa, so we're going to do well. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.